This one's really fun. Mars, in association with Barrett, made a real-life Warhammer Space Marine bolter. Hey everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome to Nightwood Guns, and welcome to my SHOT Show 2025 highlights for the actual show floor itself. I'm not gonna lie, SHOT Show this year, it kinda sucked. I mean, how many 2011's X-Macro copies and inefficiently factory-comped pistols can you fit into a single show? But I took the time to pick out the least crappy things to show you guys, the cream of the crop, if you will.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Or at the very least, the things that caught my eye and I want to feature on the channel this year. Be sure to stay tuned because there are some wheel guns and even a really innovative invention featured in this list. So first up, the Glock Aimpoint COA closed emitter was pretty neat. The mounting method is simple and highly efficient. The dot itself has a nice big window, an overall profile smaller than an acro, and the walls are thinner to take up less of your field of view when aiming the pistol. But at the same time, it's just a red dot on a Glock. So, I don't know. It is what it is. So next up, Bul Armory, hands down, had my favorite booth at the show, and it was filled with my most anticipated pistols of the year. The TAC comp got quite a bit of buzz. It has an integral island comp like the Staccato XC, except they took it a step further and V6 ported it as well. This could be the best shooting double stack 1911 ever introduced to the market. They also took the Bul Armory EDC model and put a compact grip module on it, which takes care of my most prominent criticism of the EDC upon its release. It's hard to call a gun an EDC in the American market when it has a full-size grip. So this is a much appreciated addition to their lineup, and it is also what I personally carry. I did a compact grip module swap to my personal EDC, and this is what I carry every day. And finally, they're going to be offering a classy matte stainless option for the TAC series. This gun is beautiful. The TAC Pro 4 1/4 stainless is personally my most anticipated gun of the year. And across the board for 2025, they are moving away from metal injection molded slide stops and thumb safeties, and now they are fully CNC'd. Next up, the Fusion XP Pro that takes Glock magazines is going to be getting G10 grip modules with aggressive grip texture. This way, it gives the end user a customization option so you can sand it down to make it as sharp or as dull as you like it. They'll also be introducing some limited color options, and I will be testing one of these on the channel this year 100%. And for the second year in a row, Lipsey's is forcing Smith & Wesson to do what everybody wants them to do. And this year they are going to resurrect the once popular mountain gun in .44 Magnum and offering one in .357 Magnum as well. Now these revolvers strike a nice balance between being lightweight and being shootable. The mountain gun has always made a great option for backpacking or any kind of backwoods hiking. Once upon a time, it was a highly desirable option in Smith & Wesson's lineup, so I'm glad that Lipsey's is making them bring it back. They are also introducing J-frames with titanium cylinders chambered in .32 H&R Magnum for an excellent 6-shot ankle or backup gun that is extremely lightweight. These revolvers, along with a few other Smith offerings, are going back to having no frame locks. However, there has been no word as to whether or not they are going to go back to having good quality control. The Staccato HD got more buzz than anything else at the show, and it was featured prominently in my range day highlights video, but Staccato did an interesting job translating the 2011 into a modern duty or carry gun with fully ambi controls, Glock mags, and an external extractor, with a 2011 grip angle and perfect grip texture, in my opinion. We'll have to see how reliable these are at production scale. Godspeed to civilian beta testers who dropped just under $3,000 for the opportunity to work out the kinks. Now this one's really interesting. A company called Noise Fighters has created a sister brand called Kiral Defense that is making cushioned backstrap attachments that increase trigger reach on small guns like the 43X, reduce muzzle flip on the PDP, and correct the grip angle on Glocks, if you're somebody who's used to shooting anything other than Glock. I know for me, when I'm shooting 2011s or M&Ps and then switch back to Glock, I have to do a couple of reps to adjust the grip angle. This backstrap solves that. And they're even going to be making a weighty brass chassis for an X Macro that apparently, with a ported barrel, was achieving the flatness of a Staccato XC. So keep an eye on Noise Fighters and Kiral Defense. Palmetto State Armory, of course, created mock-ups for a poll, so you can vote on whatever firearms you want to see them make next. My favorites were their 2011, which won't be the cheapest on the market, but would be probably the best USA-made 2011, in that Prodigy price range, at least based on what I felt. It really felt like a quality-made 2011, and I thought it looked pretty decent too. The other one that caught my attention was their extremely affordable semi-auto 50 BMG. That way you wouldn't have to drop Barrett money to have Barrett fun, and that seems like a win to me. I'm all for getting more 50 cals into civilian hands, so hopefully that gets made. Live Free Armory has added ported barrels and aluminum grip modules to their Apollo 11 lineup, and to be honest, I really dig these features. If you want to see how well they shoot, check out my range day highlights video. They also have a 10mm Apollo 11 in the works that I am super excited about. They said they're thinking about just offering it with ports right from the get-go, and that gets me excited. Spore is making some classy high-end revolvers, and their sister company STP is building 2011s like tanks. The SWAT is a monster, and I was able to shoot this high-end piece of machinery in my range day video. It made a really strong impression. Chris, the makers of the Chris Vector, are going to be introducing the most modular pistol ever made, the Chimera, which would be cool if it wasn't chunky with terrible ergonomics. I hated it, and it will likely fail. Just look at this comically large trigger guard. I would describe this as a clown gun. Maybe after 5 or 10,000 more revisions, it could be okay. The Agency Arms optic system might be the only great part of the gun. This one's really fun. Mars, in association with Barrett, made a real-life Warhammer Space Marine bolter. This is in competition for an Army contract. It's a mag-fed, rifled barrel grenade launcher that could be the most powerful handheld weapon in production. Onward to victory, brothers. Jacob Gray is introducing new variants of their TWC9. My favorite one had an aggressive hex grip texture, which I loved. It was two-tone with an OD green frame that helps break up that double scoop that they do, makes it actually look really nice. And it comes with a polished rose gold ported barrel, just a really classy looking 2011. Now, Radiant didn't have a booth at SHOT Show this year, but they're gonna be in my neighborhood pretty soon, where they can show me the new Glock 43X and SIG P365 XL ramjet afterburners that we are all waiting with bated breath for. And finally, the Alpha Foxtrot Romulus is another thing that caught my eye. Now, they are offering a surprisingly affordable 2011 option on the market that doesn't feel affordable. It feels high quality. My favorite one was the We Have a Staccato XC at Home model with an integral compensator. This thing was impressive in hand at the show. I can't wait to shoot it because I am definitely going to be testing and reviewing it on the channel this year. Now, as we wrap up the video, SHOT Show was particularly hard for me to cover this year. Unfortunately, I've been struggling with some health issues for the last few months. And of course, the stage where I have to get worse before I can get better was happening during SHOT Show. So if I missed something you wanted covered, or the video didn't drop as soon as you were expecting, or if you wanted some more coverage from me this year, I apologize. But I want to take a moment to thank my amazing wife for traveling with me to help me out so that I could cover SHOT Show at all this year. So I hope you enjoyed this year's coverage of SHOT Show 2025. I did see a lot more than this at SHOT. These were just the things that caught my eye. So if you have any questions about anything at SHOT, you want my opinions on it, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'm always happy to chat with you guys down there. But other than that, thanks for joining me at SHOT Show 2025, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.